everybody! It's Jordan, the Urban Outlander. Sing me a song, guys, because season 5 is up and we got episode 5 happening. Perpetual Adoration, which I feel like is something most Outlander fans, living in New York, you hear everything. Which I feel like is something most Outlander fans understand, because every Sunday we gather in the Church of Outlander and we kneel at the altar of Our Lady of Perpetual Time Travel. So this episode, weaving the 1960s, the 1770s, weaving themes of time and changing, and can we change the time in the future? And this is a reoccurring theme in Outlander, and I'm not sure if it works this episode. So Claire finds penicillin in the 1770s. Great job. Eureka. Do we really need to keep thinking about like how she can maybe change the future of this past? And then we go back to the 1960s and we start piecing together how Claire basically found Jamie, how she was in Boston, she meets this patient, which is the impetus for her to eventually get to London, then to Scotland, and then to Jamie. It's all full circle. I'm not sure if the patient Graham Menzies reminds me of Jamie, like he reminds her of him, so I'm just gonna whistle past that part. And when we flash back to the 60s, my heart just sort of jumped a little bit, not because of Brianna's straight hair. Oh my god, do you remember when Brianna had straight hair? And I guess when you time travel, it like perms it? Okay, no, not that part. My heart jumped because I was like, oh my god! Is Tobias Menzies gonna do a cameo? Like he did in season 4. And I didn't get my Tobias cameo. Instead, they gave me Joe Abernathy, and then they gave me a patient with the last name Menzies, and I'm just like, all right. I know that the producers love Tobias, and I feel like this is kind of their wink and nod to crazy Tobias people like me, who like hang on the thread of any sort of Frank reference, any sort of Tobias anything. They just sort of threw a bone to me, and I was like, okay then, I'll take it. And it made me think, like, if I was a writer on Outlander, I'd be like, so can Tobias be in my episode? Can he do a cameo? Sorry, Jordan, he's busy doing The Crown. And then I'd say, oh, well, you're gonna get a character with the last name Menzies. Fun fact, Menzies is the anglicized pronunciation of Mingus, which is actually a very common Scottish surname. Does that mean that Tobias has Scottish ancestry? Why, yes, it does. Clan Menzies. Let's talk about Brianna and Roger. First, they got like a totally sweet house. That cabin is like real nice. They got that really nice fireplace. They got this really nice front porch with a lot of potted plants. They're making the 1770s look real good. I think if they Airbnb that, they would be making so much money. Think of all the hipsters that would pay lots of money just to, go back to colonial time, go back to that sort of like back to basics, very rustic. First we see them in bed, and I just need to look away. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. I can't see that. And Roger's like super hairy. And I am like not into that at all. And I know there are a lot of ladies out there and men who are into hairy guys. I'll get over my really like childish attitude towards Brianna and Roger someday, but for now, I don't want to see that. They confront each other about the B word and who is Jamie's father. And I feel like she doesn't answer it because I feel like in her heart of hearts, she wants it, of course, to be Roger's. We all want that. But the fear of it, the possibility that it could be, I was about to say blackjack, that it could be Bonnets. See, I always got Tobias on the mind. The fear that it could be Bonnets kind of like swallows and overshadows any sort of possibility that it could be Roger's. Brianna's really struggling. We get it. She came back to the cabin and was like, I'm gonna make mushroom soup. And I'm like, really? When is Brianna ever going to start questioning her place in the 1770s? When she hugs Roger at the end of that scene when they're on the porch together, it doesn't look like she wants to go home to the cozy, cushy 1960s. For a young woman that studied engineering at Harvard in the swinging 60s, when is she starting to feel like what her contribution is? Because Roger kind of has his captain role, maybe like Farmer Mackenzie as well, right? Claire has her Dr. Randall Rawlings role. Jamie definitely has his role. Everybody kind of has their place, and everybody's, even though Roger's not totally settled in this time as a man, he knows what role to fill. And for her, similar to Roger, they both have the intellect, but none of like the real skills, even though she can hunt. I'm waiting for her to sort of start questioning, have more conflict with where her place is in this new world. She really doesn't look like she wants to go back. Yes, she's a mom, but she did a lot in the 60s already for a young woman, and she can't make mushroom soup all day, every day. Roger and Claire. I really liked how she gave Rogers her marriage advice. We haven't seen them talking together, I think since season 3, a little one-on-one, right? I feel like season 3, maybe that last episode in season 2. So it was nice sort of like seeing them together and bonding, and her trying to help him out through a little bit of a rough patch, a little bit of an argument, just a quarrel that morning, not a big deal, we can work it out. And it made me start thinking about how Roger never grew up with parents, you know? He always knew that the Reverend was not his paternal father, and it was kind of nice just seeing him talking with Claire, and it made me think about how Roger kind of missed out on that sort of like parental guidance that Brianna had. Whoa, so Jamie kills Knox, and I was a little surprised, got a little bit of shock and awe there. You know, he kills him, strangles him, puts him in the bed, and then just sort of sets a fire in the house, and I'm like, whoa, okay. You know, he's willing to do anything he can to save Myrta, and via Myrta, you know, the rest of his entire family. Hey, have we seen this before? Have we seen Jamie kind of be ruthless, a little cold, a little calculated, right? Because we've established they have a little bit of a friendship happening, if we want to call it that. I mean, Knox seemed to really like Jamie. Who doesn't like Jamie? Who doesn't want Jamie Fraser as a friend, right? I don't know if Jamie had the same feelings for Knox the whole time. I was really surprised. What did you think? And I'm trying to remember when Jamie might have ever done something like that before. Yes, he's killed people. I can't think of anything right now that is similar to this. I don't know, it just feels a little bit, it felt a little strange. I don't know, I'm still on the fence about it. I don't know. Adzo. How can I talk about this episode and not bring up Adzo? So last year, all the fans were talking about season 5. I didn't read the book yet. I didn't really know what the story was going to be like. And people are talking about Adzo. And then the pictures started coming out. And then we finally meet Adzo. And that kitty's just so dang cute. Overall, I liked episode 4 better. This episode was okay. Not my favorite. And if you watch what the producers, the little featurette at the end of the episode, they said that the script is linear, and then in post they decided to cut it up and do the flashbacks that way. And I'm not sure if it works. I don't really think it does. There, I said it. I don't think it totally works. But the way this episode ended felt very much reinforcing the whole every episode kind of a standalone episode, and it's sort of exploring a particular theme each episode. You know, the plot is still kind of moving forward. We get it. There's a war coming. What are we going to do with the militias and the regulators? What's going to happen? So that still keeps flowing. Favorite part? Jamie kissing Claire when she says thank you for giving her the gift of Adzo. There was a nice little like there, and I was like, Jamie. My least favorite part? Brianna and Roger in bed. It will always be my least favorite part. So check me out on theUrbanOutlander.com, Twitter at Outlander, Instagram, the gram at The Urban Outlander, and Facebook page, whatever your poison, pick it, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you thought about Perpetual Adoration, and how much are you worshiping at the altar of Outlander. in the Church of Outlander. Amen.